They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. What's different about tonight's show, Mrs. Farmer?
You're not sweating. You look
I'm
like
not dripping.
You look comfortable.
And we have a fire going at that.
And I need to get by it. I'm actually kind of chilly.
Guess what?
You got jeans?
I've got jeans and boots.
Shoes and socks?
That's what I'm talking about. You got long sleeves.
I do. And
you want a jacket.
I know.
Well, you know what? It is time to start thinking about fall. And when fall comes around, festivals
That's right.
follow shortly behind. And tonight, because people are asking for it, we have a cowboy cooking segment in store. Oh, that's where these hats came from.
That's right.
You know what? We are so authentic with our cowboy cooking that we even use the same kind of high definition 1080p cameras they used in the 1890s.
Really?
Same exact camera.
Wow.
And we do that because that's the same sort of television they were shooting back then.
There was?
Yeah.
I believe every word you say.
Same exact stuff. Because I looked it up on the internet. They said that's what kind of cameras they picked. But you know what? We did have a fun night and we did check around to see some different festivals. I had never been to the Chicken Festival, never been to the Burgoo Festival, and it's right here.
That's right.
So let's go visit both. Let's find out about Burgoo, and then let's make some. Now, the difference is we've already done Burgoo once, twice, 3 times. It's different every time you do
That's
it.
right.
Why? Because it depends on what you have in the root cellar.
That's right.
So it's going to be a little bit different this time. Let's go to some festivals.
Yay.
You ready?
I am.
Yeehaw. We're in Lawrenceburg. What went on here today?
What's going on here? We had a burger cook today. Yeah.
Your name is?
Greg Brown.
All right, now, there has to be some sort of rule. What is Burgoo? Now, a lot of people say a lot of different things. What does it take to make Burgoo?
I think, originally the burgoo was hunters come in, a lot of game meat. They cooked all day long, and they brought stuff in.
Whatever they had.
And then, but it was a long cook because they couldn't just cook. They just couldn't cook 1 hour or 2 hours. They cooked all day long, and they cooked it down. So for me, a burgoo traditionally has been a cooked down stew. It's cooked down. It's cooked down.
So some people say it has to have 3 meats or it has to have this. So there are no have-tos.
I don't think there's no have-tos.
Right.
I think back then, every burger you cook tastes different every time.
So sometimes you might have a bunch of deer, some wild turkey, way back in the day, or some squirrels.
Yeah.
And whatever vegetables you might come up with, potatoes.
And probably too, this time of year, people, clean. It's a fall thing, a gathering. People clean out their cupboards and stuff for the fall, getting ready to put the new stuff in, and so they put it all together, and made it. I think that's the only thing I can explain. I don't know. I wasn't there, so we all have a way to, I guess, to decipher make our own decision on what it was. You know what?
Back when I was a kid, I would take whatever I could find and put it in a pot and make. I was making burgoo and didn't know it. We called it stew, so it's really just to cook down a long cook of whatever it is.
A long cook of whatever it is. Some people call it like a Herman stew. I've heard it.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of versions. You name it, but it's just a good cook down stew.
Well, thanks for talking with us today. Right. And this happens every year in September.
Every year in September.
All right.
Every year in September.
I think I'm going to go home and cook some because I got a hankering for it.
A hanker, all right. I know you can do it. I know you can do it.
You've seen it, haven't you?
I've seen it on TV. That's right.
Did you see Andrew Zimmern come with?
Yeah. I know you can
Good talking to you.
I agree.
We're here with Kim at the Chicken Festival. What do you have to do with this Chicken Festival? What is your job?
Well, I am the festival coordinator, so I'm the one that makes sure it gets set up and ready to roll.
They told me for every chicken festival you do, you make $8.7 billion trillion.
Oh, I wish. Not even close.
Now, what can you expect to find here in London at the chicken festival?
Well, we have a lot of food and craft vendors. We've got the world's largest skillet, as you can see right here, that holds about 300 gallons of oil and cooks up about 7,500 pieces of chicken in 2.5 days. Very good chicken, I might add. We've got 3 different stages that plays a variety of music from local, regional, and national acts. We've got Mr. Brett Michaels here tonight.
How did this thing get started? Obviously, I think it had something to do with the Colonel, did it not?
It did, and I think the community at that time was looking for some kind of festival that they could do, and somebody came up with the idea, we need to do a festival. You know, this Laurel County happens to be the place where the very first KFC ever started back in the day. They made the festival in honor of the Colonel and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
There's a lot of people here. How many people do you estimate will come through this whole outfit tonight?
Oh, well, you know, I don't know if I can estimate that tonight because Brett's probably the biggest star we've had so far. I think normally throughout a weekend we get 150 to 200,000 people. I'd say tonight is going to be significantly more than that.
Should I try the chicken? It smells awful good.
You definitely should try the chicken, and I'll make sure that you get some of that.
This is happening again next year, end of September, third week, second week. How's it work?
It's always the third full weekend of September.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us. And if you need help spending that $8.5 million trillion zillion, we'll be right here to help you.
All right, that sounds great.
Thank you so much.
Burgoo.
Yum.
It's this huge pot, generally,
Right.
that they cook a whole lot of stuff in over a long period of time. Now, we've done burgoo before, but basically, burgoo is about a pot and what you put in it, what's available. Now, some people used to call it roadkill stew, or is it a soup? Is it a stew? There's so many questions about burgoo. Basically, it's what you have. Now, there was also the word burgoo itself. There was a French chef, they thought, because he put blackbirds in the stew, and he was trying to say this, that, or the other, when he said bur and stew, goo, that it came from blackbirds.
Bird?
And stew.
Bird goo? Bird goo. Oh.
So anyhow, there's so many stories out there, but bottom line is it's what you got. Now, way back, one of our earliest cowboy cooking segments, we did a burgoo segment.
That's right.
And then we did one actually on television with Andrew Zimmern from Bizarre Foods. Now, Andrew came here, was standing
Just about here.
about in this area before the cabin was here, and we did a segment with him. Now, he wanted to go squirrel hunting.
That's right.
He'd never taken a squirrel before. He'd been many times on a trip and never got one.
He had fun, didn't he?
He had fun, so we brought him back here, put everything in. Now, today's burgoo is going to be different from that burgoo because we have what we have around the kitchen.
Right.
Now, one thing about burgoo or stew or anything like this, and I've said it a million times, if you have already canned your own vegetables,
A lot quicker, isn't it?
why?
Makes it faster. They're already ready to go.
They're
cooked.
They've been cooked.
That's right.
Now, the thing is, the whole cooking process, the hours that it took to stir down that burgoo, get you that quality. Everything is blended
Right.
together. As my grandfather used to say, everything's acquainted in there.
Right.
You know what? You boil some corn. That gets us ahead of the game a little bit. I'm just going to cut that off the ear. And what we do, 5 cobs. We start off with about a quart of beef broth and probably a half a quart of water. That's where we're going to start. Then I put some tomato sauce in there. Now we're going to bust this up. I'm going to break it up just a little bit.
I used to have to do this when I had braces.
Oh, did you really?
Cut it off the corn.
Let's not start doing that or we'll eat every bit of that. That's good corn.
Oh, that's good.
Put the corn in. Okay, that's going to get going very soon. All right, now the meats are up to you. Now let's make this real.
Okay.
Leftover chicken. Leftovers are good in burgoo.
Yeah, they are.
Then we're coming back with,
Canned venison.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yum.
But now, let's go ahead and put some tomatoes in. This has got a tomato base because that's what we have available. And you can put a quart, you can put 2 quarts, depending on how much room you have. That's a big old 12-inch pan, and we don't have that much room. Then we came back with about a quart of potatoes, then about a pint of green beans, then we came back with the carrots, then our quart of venison.
Yum.
Then we had a little bit of mushrooms left over from something the other night. We put them in. And you gotta have okra.
Yeah,
I just love okra. Probably a cup of okra in there. Then our lima beans, like we talked about. Little cup and a half there. And the thing is about these vegetables, the starches that will come out of some of these vegetables will thicken everything up too. Chicken. And I'd say we had a bowl full, which is what, 2 cups?
Probably 2 cups, yeah.
After the chicken, we came back with, a half small cabbage?
Yeah, about
a third of a small cabbage. And again, this is whatever you have laying around.
Right.
Then we come back with 1 sweet onion cut up, then salt and pepper to taste. Some basil and oregano, some dried, and go liberally with that.
Yum.
Because we're going to come back with Raoul's secret. Anytime you have venison, beef stock, things like that, you put a little bit of
red currant jelly.
magic.
Yum.
Now we got a big old pot over there. Now I'm going to keep building that fire up till I get a good boil going. Now obviously you don't want to get it too hot, and that's the great thing about a tripod and learning how to cook outside. It's just like the oven.
That's right.
If you see it going too hot, you turn it back. You can move your wood out of the way. And we have figured out that that's probably, I don't know, 14, 15 inches from the fire. And that's going to work real well. We're going to stir that often and continuously. The more you stir it, the more it gets heat evenly distributed. Now, what would you like to have alongside your burgoo?
How about some cornbread?
How about some cornbread? Traditionally, that's what people always had with this is cornbread. All right, let's get this mess cleaned up and start to work on our cornbread. Now, the cornbread, this is our go-to basic recipe, works every time.
Okay.
If you're making cornbread, corn cakes, whatever, 1 3/4 cups of yellow, I like the yellow bolted corn milk. Then 1 egg, 1 1/2 cups of buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, we're going to put the dry stuff in together first, and we're going to come back with the egg, then the buttermilk. Now, if you don't like sugar in your cornbread, that's fine.
Right. I like sugar.
I like sugar. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to send hate mail. Everybody likes things.
Just love mail.
My mom made the best cornbread in the world. She put sugar in it. She put quite a bit of sugar.
She likes her sugar,
If you
too.
want more, you can add more. We're going to add more.
Okay.
If you don't want any at all, that's fine. We're going to add quite a bit.
Okay.
But again, you don't have to put any sugar. We're going to put a lot.
Okay, I like
Because
sugar.
I like it
I
almost like
sugar, too.
dessert. All right, let's go with our teaspoon of sugar. Not.
Okay.
Let's go with our salt. Now again, that's a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
Let's go with a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, dry ingredients. Let's pop our egg in there.
Ready? This is one of our eggs from our chickens. Yay.
I'm going to mix that up. Then we're going to come back with the buttermilk. All right, now just a little bit, just to add flavor, just a little bit of onion.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
About there?
Yep, and a little bit of jalapenos.
Use
Yeah, you want to use.
I don't want to touch
Get that
those.
in your eyes.
About that much? Or
Yep,
is that too much?
that's fine.
Perfect.
We've chopped up those jalapenos real fine.
What are you going to call
Corn
them?
cakes,
Okay.
jalapeno corn cakes. How about jalapeno onion corn cakes
I like that.
to go with our burgoo? We're just going to dump a little bit of lard out in our skillet, and we're going to pop those in, and we're going to turn them over until they get nice and brown. We're going to have those along with our burgoo.
Yum.
Now, folks, as you see us using little bits and pieces of this, that, and the other, that in itself has been a show.
Right.
We did a rendering lard show.
My favorite bucket of stuff.
Then when we're doing the tomatoes, we canned tomatoes, we canned
right.
we canned meat. So almost everything you see here is now a conglomeration of the things that we have done and we're using ourselves.
That's right.
That you don't have to buy from the store. Now, obviously, you can buy all this stuff from the store, and you can.
Right.
But if you can do it yourself, there's some reward there. Now, one more thing that you could have done, you could have bought a apple pie shell at the store, and you could have bought some pre-mixed bread, or
But
you could use.
We got lard.
But we got lard. So show me what you're going to do here.
I do this and I do it different every time. Doesn't matter. Instead of butter, I like to put this lard. See how it sat outside a little bit? It's getting a little gooey.
All right, so you're just bringing in a little bit of lard at a time.
Right. Some people do butter, and you know what? I like. Everybody has their own little dough. Sugar. Because your mom said we had to use it.
Okay, so you got lard in here and a little bit of sugar.
Let's do it. We need a little bit of water. I got my little bottle of water up here because we're camping.
We're camping.
You don't get a sink.
You know, we have some very simple recipes, and then we'll get a taste for something a little more sophisticated. And we have some good friends all over the place. There's a restaurant we recently visited in Midway. Now, you love your seafood.
I do love my seafood.
And they had some mussels that were almost ridiculous. They were so good.
They are amazing.
And the young fella who was cooking there was nice enough to bring us back to his kitchen. Now, this again is Midway, Kentucky.
Right.
There's some nice restaurants in there. This particular place is called Mezzo.
I like
They
that
got some
place.
good grub. Let's go
Yes, they
see
do.
how they made their mussels. And I'm talking yum. Today we're in Midway. Now, if you know anything about Midway, you know it's blessed with good dining. There's many, many places you can eat, but today we're at Mezzo. Mark Wombles, tell us how you got into this restaurant or the restaurant business, period.
Well, it all started off by me not attending college, believe it or not. So I actually went to UK back in '95, and then from there I decided to pursue a career in cooking. First started at American in Lexington, Kentucky, and then I went to a culinary school in San Francisco, California, and I was out there for about 3 years, worked for Michael Mina at Aqua Restaurant, then made my way back to Lexington, worked the circuit, a lot of different restaurants in Lexington and so forth. Started Heirloom back in 2006, opened Distilled at Gratz Park about 2 years ago, and 6 months ago we just opened this place, Mezzo Italian Cafe.
Came in the other night, starving as usual, and I had your chicken parmesan. I got to give it a big thumbs up.
Awesome.
But we always start out with the mussels. It's probably one of my favorite dishes I've had in a long time, so would you honor us with that today?
Absolutely.
And if they don't want to make it in a kitchen, they can just come to Mezzo right here.
Of course.
I'm going to step out of the way,
Okay.
and I'm going to be hollering from behind the camera, so I'm going to ask you a few questions over here, so we're going to watch.
Excellent.
All right,
Let's
man.
do it.
Thanks.
Okay, so what you want to do is get your pan hot. Just have a little oil. Start. You're going to put some sliced shallots.
I broke this down to Nikki the other day just from tasting it. I'm going to see how close I am.
And then we're going to add a little garlic, just a little bit of salt. So basically, you just kind of want to sweat the ingredients right now at this point. Make sure it all gets evenly cooked. Just to kind of let the fragrances out. And then we will add just a few pepper flakes, just for a little bit of heat. You don't want to make it overwhelming though. We'll add our mussels. These are just Prince Edward Island mussels.
Readily available anywhere.
Anywhere.
Frozen.
And add some more salt. So we're just gonna like saute these ingredients together. And then we're gonna take it away from the fire. We're gonna add Pernod, which is a fennel flavored liqueur, okay? And just add that in there. Then next, we're just gonna add a little chicken stock. And we're gonna turn the heat up. We're gonna cover it with another pan. Just gonna let these steam and pop open.
So about how long you think to make those mussels pop open? If you had to guess.
Generally, if you got a pretty hot flame, it's gonna take about a minute or so. Not very long at all. Okay, so the mussels have popped, and the liqueur from the mussels is kind of come in with the Pernod and the stock. And we're just going to reduce that just for a second. And we're going to add some herb butter. So this has basil, parsley, thyme, and chives. And we actually add a, you might not want to get this on camera because it's a lot of butter.
We love butter.
Okay.
We don't make apologies for butter.
Okay. So we want all that to combine and to melt for all the flavors to come together. So once all this comes together, I'm going to taste it. And it's perfect. I don't need to add any more seasoning to it. Just grab a bowl. Put it in, and I like to take some of the herb butter and some ciabatta bread and spread the butter on the bread. Just kind of grill it for a second just to get it kind of golden brown, and put the mussels in, it's perfect.
That's what we call stupid good.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your restaurant. What are you known for?
We are known for the mussels, of course. Our pizza, we have a wood-fired pizza oven, and I'm very, very proud of our pizza. It's probably it's what I think we should be famous for. It's incredible. I can't order pizza anywhere else. Like, you know, if I go home for the weekend and the kids want pizza, I can't really order out anymore. I'm kind of stuck on this. So we have a website, mezzoky.com. You know, we do take reservations for a party of 6 or more.
You know what? Thank you so much. It looks delicious.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
All right, these are just apples that we had put up before. So I'm just going to break them up a little bit. We're camping, so we don't have a knife here.
Now, something else that's very easy to do if you wanted to can some stuff, if you wanted to can your own apple pie filling, apples and everything included, that's a wonderful thing to do. But here we just canned a few apples.
It's going to add a little bit of sugar.
A little bit of sugar. This is so simple.
Yeah, this is going to be our little camping
A little bit of
dessert.
cinnamon.
A little bit of cinnamon.
Nothing to it. You know what? As cool as it is, I still worked up a sweat.
You did.
I would take a bite, but that's going to have to cool down. What do you say we go visit the puppies one more time, because they've all got permanent homes now.
They're all going away. They're so
going
precious.
away, so let's go visit them real quick. By the time we
Okay.
come back, this will be nice in eating temperature.
Yay.
Let's see puppies. Look at the cute puppies. Oh, how's the babies? How's the babies? They're so cute.
Kelly's getting a tat.
Those puppies are not cute.
I know.
I'm telling myself that because it's sad to see them
I'm going to
go.
miss them. But you know, everyone that's taken them are so sweet.
Except when you were holding one the other day and they...
I know. Well, that was Millie got me because I was down on the ground. She gave me a good mark. But
Millie, bless her heart, she's the sweetest dog, but she needs attention.
I got too low to the ground. So she got me. You didn't even see
can't
it. I'm
help
glad
herself.
you didn't see it. It was ugly.
All right, let's try our Burgoo.
Yum.
That's perfect. Now, we eat on this for days. And look, try a bite of that.
I like eating it like that. That's
Isn't
good.
that delicious? Now, you like it like that. I like it like this.
I know you like putting it in,
I'm
don't
breaking
you?
it up and putting it in. Oh, man, I'm telling you what, anything fried in lard,
Wow.
to me, that taste. I want to eat one like this, too.
You're going to eat them all. Very good.
Just that little bit of jalapeno in there.
That's good.
All right, now we'll come back and dig into this later, but there's one more thing we got to do to show you our beautiful fried apple pie.
That's right.
So now look what we got. Oh, Cut this in half, looky here.
We got some dessert.
Is that old-fashioned or what?
Yeah.
That's the smell of that. When I was cooking on that lard, reminded me of grandmother's kitchen.
That lard makes the best, any kind of coating around it. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, Mom. By the way, if you have missed some shows in the past, I know how you can go watch them. Wait a minute, you were there.
I
You don't need
was.
to watch.
That's right.
TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com. Recipes that you may have never seen before. TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com. Visit. Also, Tim Farmer's Facebook page. We're making friends. We talk to friends. We send messages. We share recipes.
Right.
Check out our Facebook page and like it. Tell your friends about it. We want you to be our friend because this show is all about
Good times.
good friends
And good
and
eats.
good eats.
I'm
Let's
eating.
eat. I'm telling you what. See you next week.